Eldred Gregory Peck was born on April 5, 1916, in La Jolla, California, a serene seaside neighborhood of San Diego that would remain close to his heart for life. His early years, however, were not without hardship. When Gregory was just 6, his parents divorced, and he was sent to live primarily with his grandmother. This emotional upheaval left a mark, but it also instilled in him discipline, resilience, and a moral clarity that would come to define both the man and his unforgettable film characters. Peck's education began at a Catholic military school before he attended San Diego State Teachers College. His ambitions initially leaned toward medicine, but fate had other plans. After transferring to the University of California, Berkeley, he discovered a passion for acting through the university's theater group. That passion changed the entire course of his life. By 1942, Peck had made his Broadway debut, and within just a few years, he was one of Hollywood's most respected leading men, commanding in height, noble in his features, and blessed with a deep, resonant voice. Gregory Peck embodied dignity. During World War II, when the world longed for symbols of stability, his characters became reflections of quiet strength and integrity. His role in The Keys of the Kingdom 1944 earned him his first Academy Award nomination, setting the stage for an illustrious career spanning 5 decades. But his most celebrated role came in 1962 with To Kill a Mockingbird, portraying Atticus Finch, the small-town lawyer defending an innocent black man in the segregated South. Peck delivered a performance that became the very soul of American cinema. Atticus Finch was not merely a character, he became a cultural symbol of justice, compassion, and decency. Peck's performance earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor, and decades later, the American Film Institute named Atticus Finch the greatest movie hero of the 20th century. For Peck himself, it was the role he was proudest of. Beyond Mockingbird, Peck's versatility shone in films of every genre: war dramas like 12 O'Clock High 1949, romantic adventures like Roman Holiday 1953 with Audrey Hepburn, and sweeping epics such as The Guns of Navarone 1961. Yet no matter the genre, his work carried a moral weight. Peck avoided sensationalism, instead choosing roles that spoke to deeper truths. Off-screen, Peck was more than a Hollywood icon. He was a humanitarian, an advocate for civil rights, and a supporter of Martin Luther King Jr. He opposed the McCarthy-era blacklists and lent his voice to causes of justice and equality. For these efforts, he earned not only 5 Oscar nominations, but also the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1969. Peck's personal life was marked by both joy and sorrow. His first marriage was to Greta Kukkonen in 1942, with whom he had 3 sons: Jonathan, Stephen, and Carrie Paul, but the marriage ended in 1955, and tragedy struck years later when his eldest son Jonathan died, a loss that Peck admitted was the most painful event of his life. During the filming of Spellbound in 1945, Peck had a brief but passionate affair with Ingrid Bergman, something he revealed much later with quiet honesty. He described it as real love but a fleeting chapter of youth. Soon after his divorce, Peck married French journalist Véronique Passani in 1955, and together they built a lifelong bond, raising 2 children, Anthony and Cecilia. Véronique was his anchor, remaining by his side until his final day. Peck's family legacy even extended into the next generation. His grandson, Ethan Peck, followed in his footsteps, becoming an actor and carrying forward the family name in Hollywood. For decades, there was speculation about Peck's relationship with fellow screen legend Charlton Heston. Both men embodied strength and moral conviction on screen, yet their political and personal differences kept audiences curious. Peck, a liberal advocate for civil rights and gun control, often stood opposite Heston, who later became a conservative icon and president of the National Rifle Association. For years, Peck remained silent about Heston, but in the 1990s, he finally spoke candidly. He described Charlton Heston as a man of great conviction. Though their politics differed sharply, Peck emphasized his respect for Heston's sincerity. "We didn't always see eye to eye," he admitted, "but I always respected his sense of purpose." Peck admired Heston's unique screen presence, describing it as something instinctive larger than life. He acknowledged that while his own acting gravitated toward quiet, moral struggles, Heston thrived in epic, biblical spectacles. Still, Peck believed they were united by a shared devotion to truth in their performances. More poignantly, he revealed that off-screen, Heston was deeply intelligent, well-read, and unwavering in his beliefs, qualities Peck could not dismiss. Even in disagreement. By the twilight of their careers, Peck could even joke about their differences. "Chuck and I were on different sides of the fence," he said with a smile, "but we both loved movies. That was always our common ground." In those words, Peck not only humanized Charlton Heston but also revealed his own quiet grace, showing that respect and admiration can coexist even amid disagreement. On June 12, 2003, Gregory Peck passed away peacefully in his sleep at the age of 87. The cause was bronchopneumonia, and his devoted wife Veronique was by his side. His funeral, held at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels in Los Angeles, drew some of the most celebrated names in film, music, and culture. Actor Brock Peters, who had played Tom Robinson opposite Peck in To Kill a Mockingbird, delivered a moving eulogy. Their bond, forged through art, became a lifelong friendship, and Peters' words honored not only Peck's career but also his compassion and integrity as a man. The star-studded gathering reflected the breadth of Peck's influence. From Lauren Bacall and Sidney Poitier to Michael Jackson, Harrison Ford, Lionel Richie, and Angelica Houston, Hollywood and beyond came together to honor him. It was not merely a farewell, but a recognition of a man who had embodied decency, principle, and quiet strength on and off the screen. Gregory Peck's legacy endures not just in his films, but in the values he represented. His portrayal of Atticus Finch still resonates as a moral compass for generations. His activism reminds us that celebrities can use their voices for justice. And his reflections on Charlton Heston proved that disagreement does not have to erase respect. In the end, Gregory Peck was more than a star of Hollywood's golden age. He was a man of principle, compassion, and dignity. And in breaking his silence on Charlton Heston, he left us not only with a portrait of another legend but with a reminder of his own quiet, steadfast grace.